On August 20, 1977, a small spacecraft no bigger than a family car left Earth on a mission few expected to last. Its name was Voyager 2. Originally designed to explore the outer planets for only a handful of years, it surpassed every expectation, crossing vast worlds, capturing history, and venturing into the silent void of interstellar space. For decades it continued to transmit data, a faint heartbeat from the edge of the unknown. But now, 45 years later, something extraordinary has happened. Voyager 2 sent back a final set of images, and then it went silent. What those last frames revealed has left scientists in shock, not only because of what they show, but because of what they might mean. And as a mysterious countdown ticks toward a date no one can explain, a haunting question lingers. Did Voyager 2 discover something? Or did something discover Voyager? Voyager's cameras hadn't been used in decades. Since its flyby of Neptune in 1989, they were shut down to conserve power, long forgotten on a machine nearing the end of its life. But in early 2025, NASA engineers decided to reactivate them for a final test, hoping for nothing more than a faint glimpse of the stars. At first, the images were exactly that, empty frames, specks of cosmic dust, background starlight. Then a shape appeared. Faint, triangular, drifting across the corner of a frame. Analysts dismissed it at first as a data error or interference from a cosmic ray. But in the next image, the shape had shifted. It was moving. NASA labeled it Anomaly X7. When exposure times were increased, Voyager captured something massive. Dozens of miles wide, glowing faintly in the infrared. The structure wasn't natural. It had symmetry, geometry, and most unsettling of all, it appeared to be facing Voyager. The last image received before the cameras permanently shut down showed a sudden burst of light, then static. The system didn't fail from lack of power or mechanical breakdown. It simply stopped responding, as if disabled. Voyager itself didn't shut down. Its instruments kept transmitting data. But 72 hours after the last image, the spacecraft changed orientation. Not a small drift, but a deliberate 14-degree rotation. Its antenna repositioned, no longer scanning the stars, but aiming directly back at Earth. Engineers scrambled for answers. A malfunction? A gyro failure? Yet the data showed the motion was smooth and precise, as if guided by an unseen hand. For the first time in its mission, Voyager 2 had turned without being commanded. The implication was chilling. Something out there had caused it to look back home. Shortly afterward, its instruments began detecting something new. The magnetometers and plasma wave detectors picked up a low-frequency hum repeating every 17 seconds. At first it seemed like background interference, but over time, the signal revealed a pattern, a binary stream embedded within the pulses. When decoded, it appeared to represent a countdown. Each cycle lowered the value, moving closer to a final number. The last sequence ended on July 28, 2025. No known astronomical event is tied to that date. No solar flare, no planetary alignment. Just Voyager, 12 billion miles from Earth, sending a cosmic heartbeat that appears to be ticking towards something unknown. Behind closed doors, concern quickly escalated. Leaked documents reveal emergency meetings within NASA, joined by defense agencies and international observatories. If the countdown is real, and if it means what it appears to, then humanity might be facing an event already in motion. Some insist it's a trick of radiation. Others suggest gravitational distortions. But the orientation shift, the images, and the structured countdown seem too deliberate to ignore. Quiet voices within the scientific community have started to entertain a far darker possibility. Perhaps Voyager photographed something it was never meant to see. Not a natural object, but a machine. A presence. Something ancient still active in the depths of space. The final image Voyager transmitted before its cameras shut down wasn't just random noise. At first glance it looked like distortion, chaotic whites bleeding into void blackness. But when analysts processed the frame, a strange persistence emerged. The data resisted degradation. Patterns appeared where randomness should have ruled. Subtle grid lines, faint yet structured, pulsing with harmonics tied to the Fibonacci ratio. It wasn't just static, it was a message, encoded in the collapse of an image. Now, as July 2025 draws closer, the question becomes harder to ignore. Was Voyager 2 simply unlucky, drifting into the path of something extraordinary? Or had its journey always been leading to this encounter? It was meant to be our messenger to the stars, carrying a record of who we are into the void. But perhaps it did more than deliver a message. Perhaps it triggered a reply. And if the countdown is real, the answer may be coming far. At first, the strange form captured in Voyager 2's final images was brushed off as compression artifacts, just noise in the system. But frequency analysis revealed something stranger, symmetry hidden in the distortion. Not random, not chaotic. A recursive pattern that seemed to echo across spatial dimensions, folding back on itself. The image wasn't just showing something. It was reflecting itself, as though the signal contained a feedback loop. Then came the most unsettling discovery. When analysts overlaid the orientation data with the image framing, the alignment was perfect. The strange final capture pointed in the exact direction Voyager rotated just days later. It wasn't simply a snapshot of what the spacecraft saw. It looked like a directive. A coordinate. A command. Voyager 2 should not still be functioning at all. Its systems were built in the 1970s. Gold-plated circuitry, processors with less power than a pocket calculator, memory stored on magnetic tape. And yet, after the countdown signal began, dormant systems began to wake. Not all at once, but selectively. The cosmic ray detector blinked alive for the first time in decades. The tape recorder spun briefly, logging new packets of data without command. Telemetry shifted, as though the spacecraft were reorganizing itself. Subsystems initialized out of sequence. Priorities change. No software update could explain it. The last patch was sent more than 35 years ago. If Voyager was acting intelligently, it wasn't because of us. Most people assume intelligence expresses itself through language, logic, calculation. But what if true intelligence doesn't speak at all? What if it echoes? A team at the European Space Agency compared Voyager's magnetic field readings to known cosmic signatures. What they found sent a chill through the room. The low-frequency hum wasn't random background noise. It was harmonic, deliberate. When its rhythm was compared to early analog broadcasts from Earth, the match was uncanny. The pulse mirrored our own signals, inverted, as if something had been listening and was now sending us back a reflection. The countdown embedded in the binary stream converges on a single date, July 28, 2025. Scientists scoured every database for correlations, solar storms, planetary alignments, galactic phenomena. Nothing. Yet the date remains, repeating through every loop of the transmission, a cosmic clock winding down. Independent labs even tried to interfere, sending false signals back toward the spacecraft, hoping to disrupt the countdown. Nothing changed. Which has led to a darker possibility, that it isn't counting down to something happening to Voyager at all. It's counting down to something happening here. Voyager 2 was never supposed to last. It was never supposed to leave the solar system, never supposed to reach interstellar space. It certainly wasn't supposed to send back a signal like this. And yet, it has. With every anomaly, the image that refuses to degrade, the instrument's reawakening without command, the deliberate turn toward Earth, the hum that mirrors us in reverse, the picture becomes harder to ignore. Voyager 2 didn't just record something out there. It may have made contact. Perhaps the moment we powered those cameras back on, we opened a door we didn't realize was there. Not a doorway to another world, but to something older, colder, more aware than anything we've imagined. A presence that doesn't need to speak because it already understands structure, rhythm, reflection. A presence that now knows we are listening. Voyager 2 showed us the edge of the solar system. But maybe what it really revealed was the edge of reality itself. And as the countdown ticks toward zero, we're left with a final, unsettling thought. If we've seen it, if we've heard its signal, then it has seen us too. And maybe that was the point all along.